no separation. We actually think that our thoughts is who we are. We think that our personality is who we are. But from a real yogic science perspective, you have a hand, you have an arm, actually two legs. You have a mind. You have a personality. There are things you have. They are not who you are. Does that make sense? So as we begin to do this practice, we want to put proper perspective to our thoughts and our identification that we have with ourselves, and start creating for ourselves this witness consciousness. Start sitting in the perspective of that part that witnesses that we have thoughts. That part that witnesses that I go by the name of Manny. That's just something you guys call me. That's not really who I am, right? I am something greater than that. And I am something, energetically speaking, a soul perspective, something way beyond this body. But we can have a very tight association, and kind of it's like just viewing ourselves as the tree, or we can view ourselves as we're part of the forest. And as part of that forest, at this moment, I am living as this tree. But I am really, in the forest perspective. And these are all the things that the practices give you. When you are able to have that awareness of separation, things are just less personal. It's like a lot easier. Your actions are not necessarily about me. You may, for example, some of you may be saying, wow, Manny's really boring. And some of you may be saying, Manny's interesting, but I'm actually somewhere in the middle. Does that make sense? That's just your relationship to me. And if I'm worried about your relationship to me, then I'm in trouble. I have to worry about my relationship to me. Am I in my integrity? Am I saying what I want to say? Am I sharing what's of value to me? And what you do with that is totally up to you. And I'll actually be equally happy whichever way you guys relate to this. Does that make sense? Okay. So I always like to share this perspective in my classes, because people love to start with, we want intro to yoga, intro to meditation. And everybody comes for a very narrow thing. I asked in the intro to yoga, why are you here? Because I'm tight, I need to stretch. Or intro to meditation because I'm stressed out. And the beauty of it is our practices has the byproduct of taking care of all those things. But the goal is much higher. And if you start the practice only because I want to be flexible, you're going to feel better, but you're never going to get to where it can take you. You're just going to be happy that you're now flexible. And you're actually in a better mood, and you're not quite sure why. That makes sense? So I really like to notice that, if you enter this world, there is the potential for enlightenment. The yogic path is to actually connect to your true self, to have total freedom about how to move, how to act, how to be, to find a place where you're really in harmony and in peace inside yourself, where the outer world is a movie that we get to play in, and the inner world is always you, it's always solid, it's always stable, and that's what this is about. In a sense, I always laugh, why would I want to do a class